Hello everyone and welcome to Chateau de Montmartin. Today I'm gonna go outside in this freezing cold winter to present you my fantastic alley of Linden trees, which is about 300 years old. I have about 100 trees that were actually planted when the castle was originally built. It's an historical piece of garden. I'm going down to the Linden tree. I don't know if I'm going to the end of it because there's more than 300 meters long. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. That's a project for future renovation. It's my second medieval tower that is now, thanks to winter, popping up in a much better way than what I could see during the summer. It's actually a real medieval defense tower that was used to guard the original entrance of the chateau that was built here, but the one that was built before this one. This one was built in the 18th century, but there have been a castle here for about 1,000 years. Here it is. I don't know if it's looking nice on the camera. You can see a wall. You can see a big wall 5 meters high. You can see some vegetation here that are in a squared shape simply because it is a squared tower. There is even a sort of a window that still exists there. I'm going a bit here so you can see a bit of wall, a bit of stones. Here it's rather easy to see it. Here you can see that something has been built by man. Why? Because down there, this is also part of my property, my forest, down there was the medieval pathway to go from the chateau to the village. So everyone was going from this little pathway in the forest, and this was the tower defending it. Another reason why I was presenting you this tower is because I'm actually gonna do something about it. The main point is to rebuild it and make some people sleep in it. Why? Because when I'm hosting some weddings in the chateau, I'm actually in need of having more people sleeping in my place, which allow them, if they, in case they would drink, which almost everyone does obviously, they would simply not have to take the car and sleep in this tower. I'm planning to have about probably 8 people sleeping in the tower, so that will be rather nice. I'm hesitating if I'm gonna put a bathroom in it or not. I haven't decided yet. And wow, the view I have now, I'm gonna do a round so that you can see. The sun is popping up in my 300 meters long alley of Linden tree that are 300 years old. Wow, this is a nice example. This one is a super nice example. Can I fit in the camera with the tree and me at the same time? Ah yes, here you can see. Here you can see a tree. It's super hard to point to it. This tree is 300 years old. This is a linden tree that has been cut by some people over centuries to take this shape. And my wife and I continue doing so that we would continue just preserving the work that was done in the past and preserving these trees that are 300 years old. Some of them are a bit less than 300 years old, about 100 years old I was told. That's for the smallest one. Some others are empty inside. That's why we say that Linden tree never dies. Let me show that to you. That's an example of a small one. Probably 100 years old, 150 years old. This one, the one next to it also. That's an example of one that is 300 years old. You can see a big difference. Also this one, massive difference. That's the alley of tree. It's an infinite alley of trees. I can tell you that when you have 300 meters, sometimes I can see wild animals just playing in my alley. This is a good example of one that says that Linden tree never dies. You see, completely empty inside. The outside still exists, does still exist. It's still alive, definitely alive, but that basically the whole story about all of these trees. Let me tell you, the whole story about all of these trees is that I'm trying to hide the sun with my face. The whole story is that they are meant to live for about 300 years. That means that probably we are the last generation to see them alive. In about 50 years, they may be all dead. Of course, some of them, the small ones, will still be alive, but there is a chance that at the end of the 21st century, they will have disappeared. So my plan is to replant some of them. I already have some place where I'm missing one or two. The thing is that it's almost impossible to replant all of them, because the majority of them are original. So I just cannot remove one, that would be completely stupid, by placing a new one actually. Yeah, and so the best way is to leave them and replace them. Hopefully they will die one after each other and not all of them. So then the person that will take care of the chateau in about 50 years just will continue to have this incredible pathway. The other thing is, some people say they can live up to 500 years, which is a completely different story, but that means that they would be only at the middle of their life. And actually, to be honest, I can see big differences. I have maybe 5 of them that are completely empty inside, like this one, and I wouldn't bet about this one living 2 more 100 years. But I have some of them that feel completely solid and that are as old as all the others. Actually, I will walk a bit more down this alley, even if I have the sun facing in front of me, just because it's just so nice. And you will see the chateau from the back also. It's also nice. You will see the big stones that just holds my incredible terrace. And the more I advance, the more you can see the trees appearing in my back, presenting you this alley. Oh, I have a nice view. I need to turn the camera. Let me show that to you. Look at that. 300 meters of Linden tree. An infinite pathway. Here, yeah, that's true. Here I have a big hole. I'm missing 2 or 3 trees because I don't know why. They must have died maybe 100 years ago. So it's just an infinite alley of linden trees. And here we are. This is a massive stone holding my terrace. And then we're getting into something mixed between natural stone and some fortification built by man to hold 60 meters of panoramic terrace. And then you can see the giant chateau over there, this massive chateau built up there on top of the hill with the linden tree, facing nature and the valley. Wow, with the sun appearing at the end on the pathway, it's beautiful. I love it. Look at this fortification. I was told they are not from this castle. I was told they are from the castle before, which means they are most probably at least 400 years old. Apparently the shape of these pillars holding my terrace is not 18th century. But apparently we are much more talking about something 16th or 17th century. And then back to the chateau, massive chateau here with the linden tree being with the sun coming in, pointing out directly in the direction of the alley and showing some very nice lights on the trees. I love it, beautiful. One more thing, the castle built on the rock, as you can see here. 1 full floor of rocks. Going back now on this crusty alley with this nice snow. I love it, it's beautiful, beautiful. Going back up because I have some got some people visiting me. I need to meet them. Oh, one last thing. I need to show you that. Can I go there? Oh, looks like some animals went there before me. Some wild animals. I'm getting down to the pathway that was the medieval pathway, the original entrance of the chateau. Here I am. Look at that. This is the original pathway through the forest that would go down to the village, and where you would face the medieval tower I was presenting before. I'm not gonna go too far now. It's not the whole point of the video. It was just to show you this original entrance of the castle, where all the peasants would come and probably cook their bread, but that's an entire other story. And here also very, very interesting, it's really the rock, a big massive rock in the shape of the Titanic, basically, that is completely flat, and where I have many Boy Scouts coming this summer, and they're gonna put all their tents here and sleep there, and they're gonna help me keep all the outside of the castle nice. Oh, here I have a nice image to do with the lights and the sun. I see something nice. Wow. Maybe I can try to show you one last thing. What is holding the entire alley is this massive wall of stones that is 300 meters long. Can you imagine this massive wall holding the alley over there for more than 300 meters? Completely crazy. And we're down the hill over there. As I was trying to present it to you, we're talking about gigantism here. We're talking about people crazy enough to build 300 meters long alley of trees for themselves, building a defense tower, building a massive castle on a floor of rock, building a wall of stones for more than 300 meters, planting hundreds of trees with exactly 96 remaining alive today. Oh, let me film one last image. I should have waited just a bit more to make this video and film this alley with the trees. Wow, I do love it.